Today I fucked up by setting my bidet to max. As the title says, I did exactly this. My stomach was having a particularly raunchy morning after consuming both dairy and gluten in the same meal, and my body had made the decision to cancel all plans for the next hour as I'd be glued to the toilet for fear of shitting my brains out. As I finished up feeling much better off than I was when I sat down, I decided it was time to wash up and set the bidet to low, but as I did this the pressure started dropping and I can't get a good clean in with no pressure. So, I gradually turned it up till it began to return to normal, which just so happened to be at max. Sat there for maybe 2 or 3 seconds, and almost as soon as I turned it to max, the pressure returned screaming for vengeance and plowed a hole through my anus and power washed my colon, leaving me too stunned to scream and scrambled to shut the damn thing off. All the while I was barely able to keep my ass down so the water wouldn't spray all over the bathroom. I sat there for maybe 30 seconds collecting myself when I felt a deep sloshing and rushing feeling like a trapped fart finally making its escape. I prepared for this thing to rip me half as it exited, but I was so very unprepared. This supposed fart ended up being a stream of water that turned on my butthole unlike a bath faucet and proceeded to shit straight water for about 40 seconds while I could only sit there helpless and wait for the endless stream of water rushing out of crov to stop. Once I was all finished up, I skipped the toilet paper and went right to a bathroom towel, as everything in the bowl at this point was dripping wet from the raw power of uncontrolled water pressure. Anyways, 2 hours later now and I still am not able to trust farts, and my turds are about as solid as Trump's case for re-election. Too long didn't read. Cranked the bidet up to 11 when the pressure started dropping and gave myself an enema when it returned. Edit: can't thank everyone for all the awards, so this is my thanks. Edit 2, seen a lot of What's the Bidet or something like that, and it's a hello Toshi, great bidet though. I actually prefer my bidet on 11 so I can wash my hiney hole, give myself an enema, and power wash the back of my teeth all at once. I read the title and immediately thought, an unintentional douching. Wasn't disappointed. Harry Potter and the unintentional douching. Well, this is going to be a gross story about some stranger's butthole. Reads the story anyway. Yep. What a horrible day to have eyes. Where did you buy this bidet? So I, know which one not to get. Oh yeah, Toshi, for that deep clean. Today I fucked up at the gynecologist's office. It's that time of year and I just got back from visiting the doctor of the womanly nethers. So, there I am, reclining in the stirrups, practicing my relaxing breathing techniques. These things make me nervous, and the doctor asked if I have a dog. My brain just could not relate what was going on down under and that particular question, and it was like, WTFK, first of all, yes, I do have a dog. I love my puppa. And honestly, that hair does get just everywhere / and my dumbass instantly thought there was dog hair all over my coochie goodies, so I asked her, is that a problem, down there? She paused just a moment, the kind of moment I realize now is the must not laugh in patient's face moment. She looked me in the eyes and carefully said, your face mask, it has dog bones on it. I thought you might have a dog. TL, Dr. Ob/Gyn asked me if I had a dog while looking between my legs. I thought I had dog hair there, but she was asking about my face mask with the dog bone pattern. While getting my yearly, the NP was doing the breast exam, and asked, have you ever had any surgeries? I responded, no, I've always had big tatas. She stopped, stared, and said, well, I meant in general, but I can see why you thought I'd be asking that. Years later, when I got fixed, my ob made a comment after the procedure how that went the best out of all of these I've done, and I, slightly loopy from the pre-op meds, said, well, yeah, cause I have a really awesome vagina. His CNAs snorted really loud, but kept it together. Honestly, I think every woman has fucked up in some way at the ob's office. I had a guy ask me if I was sexually active and had unprotected sex. I awkwardly said, oh yeah, tons. Married for 13 years and was there to talk about getting pregnant. Mine wasn't a fuck up, But I had a make gyno, he had to be 60 to 70 years of age, seriously the best. He helped me with my polycystic ovarian disease and encouraged me in my own medical field endeavors, and I had a checkup at 18 years old. Well, I was also into piercings. He went down to perform the exam and said I like the bling. Lamau, I was mortified, but now it really cracks me up. I hope he's enjoying retirement. At 18 my mom set my first gyno appointment up with the doctor who delivered me. A minute after starting the exam the nurse commented how neat it is that he delivered me and is doing my first pelvic exam as well. Right then the doctor decided now was the best time to say she's the same boat today I fucked up a girl that I delivered all those years ago, only thing that's changed is her size. Of course he said that while pointing at my vagina, like it was some record shattering for biggest on earth, and it took him a minute to clarify that my entire body, was no longer small enough to be held in one hand like when he delivered me. Ha ha ha. I was at the gyno today too, and it's always just slightly off-putting how she just continues a normal conversation. Ours too was about my dogs, while down there. What about cats? Does no one bring up cats whilst in the stirrups? I'd think if Beat had more fitting, no? One time, at the Obgyn's, she was ready to examine me, so I opened my legs, and she says, "Oh, what about today I fucked up?" Then she pauses cause she can't remember the word. Think WTF, and she says, "Oh, mermaid." I have a tattoo of a mermaid on the inside of my ankle. And apparently, she is both today I fucked up. When I went to get a colonoscopy, it was at an off-site building from my dress office. Typically he's in dress clothes under his white coat, but this day he was wearing jeans and cowboy boots. They had already given me the medicine to make me relax, and I said, typically I don't let cowboys put things up my ass, but today I'll make an exception. He laughed hard and then looked at the anesthesiologist and said, "Put her out." Today I fucked up by accidentally meowing for 2 straight minutes in my online class. So today in my bio class I was taking screenshots of the slides, and my teacher changed the slide too fast for me to take a picture, so I made a small distress noise. Little did I know that I had forgot to mute after my last question, and everyone in the class heard it. But my bio teacher thought it was a cat, and immediately said, "Is that a cat? Who brought their cat? Show your pets." And then I just died of laughter, because that sound was me, and it all came from because I forgot to mute my mic, because trust me, I would not have made that noise if I knew I was unmuted. If that wasn't worst enough, I then went on to a Discord server, and told everyone about what happened. To add to the story effect, I then tried to record the exact sound I made, which meant I was trying out different meows, but I still wasn't muted in the Google Meet. So everyone heard me meowing for 2 straight minutes. What makes that even worse is that I only knew I wasn't muted when I checked the group chat I had with my bio class, with my classmates asking me if I was okay, and that's when I realized I forgot to mute a second time. I honestly don't think I can live this one down. I may or may not have to switch schools lol. Too long didn't read, I meowed for 2 straight minutes unmuted in my Google Meet. Forget to turn off your mic once, funny forget to turn off your mic twice, dumbass. The wisest advice I ever received is, you don't matter. Not in a bad way, just everyone else is far more concerned with themselves, and their embarrassing junk that no one remembers to give 2 craps about this for more than a few days. No matter how much you think you are the main character, you are a side character in a world filled with other side characters who also believe they are the main characters. The only person who has the embarrassing things they did engraved into their hearts for life are the people who did them so. Honestly, accepting that you don't matter is the single most liberating thing you can ever do. At least you didn't hiss. Or sure would be known as the weird girl then. Pretty with or without hissing, she's already the weird cat girl now. At least you weren't prancing about all mimbly pimbly.